Hi, I'm Lisa Portland and I'm here with another Lisa, Lisa LaMaitre, and we're here for the Local Look Canberra, and we're here to talk about her wardrobe but also her life and her story and the memories that come along with her clothes. It's wonderful to be here with her today on her lovely property and with her wonderful job. There's two of them here and they may come into the picture at some point, but they're very much a part of Lisa's story. So Lisa, tell us a bit about how you moved to Canberra and how you got into this new business, Canberra Wise Women, bringing women together.
So I moved to Canberra in '91 to study at ANU.
Yep.
There were a few reasons why I decided to move to Canberra. My sister did live here at the time, so I was familiar with Canberra. I liked the look and feel of Canberra. It wasn't as intimidating as the idea of moving to Newcastle or Sydney for university. So I'm from Gosford, the Central Coast, and ANU also had the course that I wanted to do. So I ended up having a gap year between high school and uni, and I arrived in '91 to study. I did a Bachelor of Science where I did neuroscience, psychology and biology at ANU.
Yeah.
I started working in retail when I was 16. I probably spent more time partying and having a good time at university than my academic pursuits.
As we all
And I ended up needing some extra time to finish my undergrad degree. So I started working again in retail because my Oz study ran out, to put myself through, and I knew that I hated retail and it wasn't what I wanted to do. And while I was working full time in retail and finishing uni and working out what I wanted to do, I found out that CIT did an introduction to massage course. So when uni was finished, I went off and I did that, thinking it was just going to be this extra skill that I had to help family and friends if something was going on for them. And actually absolutely fell in love with the course and decided that that's what I wanted to do. So then I went on to CIT and I did an advanced diploma in applied science, which specialised in remedial massage, and the course went for a little over 2 years. And most people think, oh, you're a massage therapist, you don't necessarily know a great deal, or you know, it's just relaxation massage, where the course that we did was very intensive. When I studied almost 20 years ago, we were using nursing textbooks for the information, the level of knowledge that we actually had to have. So yeah.
So this is the first part of your career was in massage therapy, and you told me previously, I thought it was pretty exciting that you toured around with the Gridiron team, and you were their official masseuse / sciences of all natural sorts.
So when I was working in retail, one of the managers found out that I'd just finished my massage qualifications, and he said, would you be interested in working with a sporting team? And one of the advantages working with a sporting team when you've recently graduated from massage is that you get to practice everything that you've learnt, and you get, it's a term that I call body confidence. So it's an ability to walk up to a complete stranger and go, hi, I'm Lisa, what's wrong with you? How can I help you today? And for them to trust you and feel comfortable. And a lot of people, like that trust and that confidence is one of the most important skills in being a massage therapist or being anyone that does body work, because if people don't trust you, they're not going to relax, you're not going to get the information out of them that you need, and you can't actually help them as much as you can if you've got that level of rapport with them. So being invited to go out and actually work with a football team was very exciting. The gentleman who got me involved, his name's Michael. He's originally from New Zealand and he's Samoan, so I just presumed, I didn't ask. He just said football team. I presumed it was rugby, and he gave me the field address, and I turned up to the field in, I think it was back in Hawker in those days, and I get out of the car and I'm like, oh, it's gridiron. Okay, well, what do I know about gridiron? I know that there's an offence and there's a defence, and if that the quarterback is tackled with the ball, it's called a sack. Most people tell me that's quite a lot of knowledge. For the first day I turned up a gridiron, and then it just went on from there.
So a very interesting career, definitely. But since then you've sort of moved on to different things, and at the moment this year, I believe you started the Canberra Wise Women conference or programs, however you want to term it, and it's had a lot of interest from women across Canberra, because you're sort of bringing women together who have stories to tell, run businesses, are inspiring in their own way, and they're being interviewed and they're telling their own story. And personally, I went to a session a week ago or a fortnight ago, and it was absolutely wonderful, and it was emotional, it was inspiring, it was women sharing their stories. So what led you to down that path?
So I've had the idea for a number of years to do women's networking in some form or another, because being in business for such a long period of time, I've now been in business for over 20 years, there's a lot focused at startups and there's a lot focused, I think a lot of networking groups attract men, particularly when men have been in business for a long period of time. And I think that comes back to the fact that women are still usually taking care of children, or they're working part-time and they just can't fit networking into their schedules. I don't think women don't want to go, I just think that it's not a top priority for them. And so I'd had the idea for quite a number of years, and I wanted something originally that was going to be for women who'd been in business for say a minimum of 5 years, or they had staff, or they had a turnover that let them pay GST, or they had commercial premises, because all of those things make you a very different businesswoman than if you're just doing it on the side part-time from home. And I see that across the board with people in business. And then we've been in business for over 20 years, so my husband's been in IT, and then I've had my massage business. And then we took on another business in 2006, which was a video store, like a franchise. And pretty much everything that could go wrong with the business went wrong with it, and the business ended up becoming targeted for crime. So we had, we were stretched anyway to take on a third business. We were working 3 days, not 3 days a week, that would have been lovely, 7 days a week, working 7 days a week, and it was just crazy trying to cope with everything we were doing. And between the 3 businesses and between the 2 of us, we had over 100 staff. So just managing 100 staff is insane, let alone 3 different businesses in 3 different locations, in 3 different industries, and you're constantly trying to learn and keep up. So once we closed that business down, I did go and have treatment for PTSD because of what we'd been through, and just the extreme level of anxiety and the situation. And coming through that, I was always someone who was positive, I was always someone who was grateful, but those positive attributes have really been dialed up for me to a whole nother level. And I always see challenges and situations as, what am I meant to learn from this? What am I meant to get out of this? It's not meant to leave me in this state. I need to learn from it and grow. And so while I've been doing that personally, I realise that there's great gifts in this to be able to share it with other people. And that's where the networking group Just for Women has changed and become Canberra Wise Women. So I just started to think about, what would I like to see? And it kind of just came. Like, I didn't put a lot of thought behind it, to be honest. Out of all the things I've done in business, Canberra Wise Women has been the easiest thing. I kind of think about it and I almost manifest it. It sounds like I'm slightly crazy, but to me that just means that it's needed and it's time and it's flowing really easily for me. So that's been fantastic.
And how many events have you had since that first one?
So in the first 12 months, we've done 6 evening events. We've done 1 lunch, which celebrated our first birthday. In August, when I heard about the documentary Embrace coming out, I thought that's very much on message for the information I want to be sharing and the space I want to be creating. So let's see if I can do a private screening. We ended up doing 2 because the first one sold out. So we sold over 140 tickets in 3 weeks to 2 movie screenings. And we also did a joint VIP mocktail party and movie screening with Country to Canberra, which is a national not-for-profit that's teaching young rural women leadership skills. So that's been our first year.
Such a wonderful initiative, and if you haven't been to one of the Canberra Wise Women sessions, please go to one. They're absolutely fantastic and really geared towards women. Like, there is a real connection between women, and also that emotional element which is sometimes lacking in some of those other business networking get-togethers.
It is. I've been told consistently, at our launch we were described as being Oprah-like, and I thought very Oprah-like. If you're being compared to a long-term internationally known brand that's worth multi-million dollars at your first event, I'm okay with that. I keep getting told by women that our events are real and they're authentic and they feel like they can show up and be themselves. So I did go to the Women's Collective mingle on Friday night, and one of the women who I know came up to me, and she's been working on this little side project, and she's found this creative outlet that is meaning the world to her, and coming to our events has helped her be inspired to actually like listen to this voice that
Yes,
she's been
yes.
not listening to for probably 15
For it to
years.
crystallise for
And,
her, yeah.
and she's now putting stuff out into the world. So
That's
that's
fantastic.
magic.
That's
That's
fantastic.
amazing. I love it.
So onto the fashion, and I like to go onto the fashion. Behind us we have a few different pieces that Lisa has selected from her wardrobe, and what I love about these pieces is that they tell such a rich story about her background and how she came to Canberra and her previous career in gridiron and all these sorts of bits and pieces. So we might start off with this lovely red woolen jacket that we have back here. And Lisa, do you want to tell us a little bit about this one?
So this was bought on the Central Coast in Gosford, in the Imperial Centre. I can even remember the shop. I was working full time. I had a gap year between high school and uni where I worked full time in retail, and I actually worked 3 jobs. So my parents were very supportive of me. I didn't have to pay any board. I used to help mum with the housework, and I used to take her home chocolates or flowers or something on a Friday.
Oh, nice.
And I was saving up to come to university, so basically working just to save to put myself through uni. And Mum and I went shopping as we were getting, well, it must have been winter, to be honest, saying it's a winter item, but you know, we were strategically buying pieces and clothing and bits and pieces that I would need to leave home. And I went shopping with Mum, and the shop was actually out the front of the Woolies I used to work at, and we were looking at capes and thinking, coming to Canberra it's cold compared to Gosford, I need something warm. And I was quite conservative. I used to like classic pieces, and my mum's like, no, you need to buy a red. It's winter, you need to be bright, cheerful, power colour. And so I bought that probably in 1990. It's still in my wardrobe today. I still wear it. It's a piece if we're going out for dinner or something through winter that I do put on.
Absolutely stunning.
And I love it. It makes me think of Mum. So.
Oh, lovely. Back here we have, and this is probably my favourite, this is her team jersey, or part of her team jersey from when she was playing gridiron. Not playing.
No. On the sideline, definitely on the sideline.
On the sideline. But tell us a bit about this and, you know, the stories that come to mind when you see it.
Well, every time you go on a football trip, amazing and strange things happen.
I can imagine.
But realistically, my time with gridiron was a wonderful time. The teams very much had a family atmosphere, and we have extra siblings now across the world that we've been adopted. My husband and I are honorary Kiwis, and we even have one of the boys and his brother who was a musician. They actually created a team song from our trip to the US.
Oh, how lovely.
And we've been rechristened with homeboy and homegirl names. That's my husband and I.
Okay.
So my homegirl name is Busy L.
Okay, that could be your alter ego too.
Yeah, it could be. No, Busy L's a little different. But anyway, but this is from the Australian team. Australia played New Zealand in Auckland in the middle of 2003. 2003 was a big year for me for gridiron. I was the trainer to the state team at nationals, so I was in Adelaide for about 10 days. Then I basically jumped on a plane from Adelaide to Sydney, and I flew direct to the US, where Team Down Under, which was a half Australian, half New Zealand all-star team, played just outside of Chicago in America for a week. And then later in the year, a few months later, we went to New Zealand. So the Australian team won. When I actually arrived in New Zealand, I was meant to be the trainer just for the senior team, which is a complement of gridiron. A gridiron team is about 50 players. So it's a lot of people for one person to take care of, to manage all of their health and well-being and their performance. When I arrived, I actually was told that the junior trainer, because both teams were playing the same day, they weren't coming, and if I could I also extend myself to look out for the junior players. So I ended up with about 90 players to take care of. So it was a big week.
Yeah, intense.
I worked much harder away with a team than I ever did here in a clinic. But the junior team, I said I'll do what I can to help you, but they weren't my main focus. They didn't actually win, but the Australian team did win, and so that was fantastic.
Wonderful. What lovely memories from that one. Now, down the back here, alongside your wedding photographs too, there is a lovely piece, lovely scarf. So let's hear the story behind this one.
So this is from my dear husband. This was a 40th birthday present, so I had something to open on my birthday. We, over the years, because we've been together for over 20 years. You make me do maths now. I can't do maths. 23, 24, 23. 23.
He's offside, providing some,
counting. He'll
Yes.
tell you maths is not my thing. But anyway, I have a school report that says differently. And so, like over the years, and because of all the things we've been through, we, particularly the last few years, we tend to do more experiences and things now
Yes.
for birthdays and Christmas than buy
Yeah.
things. We pretty much, if we want something, we buy it. So anyway, so he gave me this to, so I had something to open for my birthday, and it's beautiful. It's felted.
Lovely. Yeah.
It's elegant. It's nice on. It's got one of my favourite colours in it, which is this tealy green, and then we went down to Bannisters down the coast.
Lovely.
for the
I
weekend.
adore that. That's
Yeah.
absolutely stunning.
Yes.
And then finally, we will just move on to the shoes. 'Cause
Yeah.
the shoes are always an important part.
An eclectic, you probably want to watch it because I think
Oh,
you'll
a
be
bit.
grossly on the bottom. An eclectic range of clothing
Of
for
course.
Lisa's wardrobe.
Well, I love it. I love it. So tell us a bit about these ones.
So when we became fur parents, we started walking regularly. And I have a dodgy ankle from years ago, and I'm like, well, I want something that's sturdy. We were going off track and doing, we will take them down into the forest and things. So these are, I managed to pick, I'm pretty good at picking things up on special. So I got these at Kathmandu. They're meant to be about $250.
Oh, nice.
They were inappropriately marked, and I got them for $150.
That's good.
Which is fantastic, and I've had them for years. And they're actually designed originally. They're 5'10", so they're mountain biking shoes. A lot of people wear them, but a lot of people probably don't know they were originally designed for the British SAS. So I like to think of myself as a bit of a commando, particularly when I put pick socks on with them. So I'm slightly crazy, and they just represent the hours that we have spent, walking the dogs, becoming puppy parents, getting fitter and healthier, because we weren't very fit when we moved out here because of what we've been through, that high extreme stress. We put on quite a lot of weight, so over the last 6 years I've probably lost about 15 kilos.
Congratulations.
And this young lady here has been part of that.
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me, Lisa, is there a particular flavour to your wardrobe?
I probably think of myself as probably reasonably classic. I like pieces that last more than one season, and then I probably put, I'm not a shoe person. I find shoes, like I've got funny shaped feet. And
what
so I find,
what a sin.
So my mum agrees. When my mum got
forgive me,
married
Lisa.
in years ago, well, my mum got married in 1959. She had 36 pairs of shoes in her wardrobe, all different colours, Italian leather and stuff. So my mum's a shoe person. I've grown up with a shoe person. I like shoes that are comfortable, and also very mindful of biomechanics and how my body feels when I wear heels.
Indeed.
And my body doesn't like heels.
Yep.
So I get colour and what's current through jewellery and through accessories and things like that. But it's been much easier, buying things now for my wardrobe since I have lost weight, because it's designers and labels and things don't think of what bigger people want to wear. They just think that everyone wants to be comfortable, and that's not necessary. I mean, I want to be comfortable, but you want to look nice too.
Yes. And are there any particular designers that you love, that you like to buy pieces from?
Because I have a background in retail, I'm probably quite good at picking things up on sale. So I call it psychic shopping, where I feel like I need, a new pair of pants or a top or whatever, and I'll have a feeling that a certain shop will have a sale on, and I'm pretty good at getting that right.
Okay.
I have liked Sportscraft for a number of years because I think it's classic. It's generally good quality. I've recently added a piece of Pure Pod to my wardrobe, which is like wearing air.
Yes. The lovely designer, Kelly Donovan.
So I particularly the last few years since I've lost so much weight, I'll go and try things on, and I'll see what suits me, and it's often things that I wouldn't have thought in the past, and I'm more open, and I know what suits my body shape. I do have an hourglass figure, so I pick things that go. So if I find something that I like and it looks good on and it comes in 3 colours, I'll buy the 3 colours if I can.
Wonderful. So lovely to hear about your wardrobe, and we're going to take a little sneak peek in there in a moment. But I just wanted to find out from Lisa as well, what's coming up for you in 2017?
So we've got my massage business. I've got plans for that, which I still under wraps, but there'll be new things coming there, which will be great. And the program for Canberra Wise Women for 2017 is pretty much in place.
Yeah.
We've had a few organisations coming to us wanting to do joint events with us.
Yes.
So our first event in February is a joint lunch with the Australian Institute of Management.
Lovely.
Which is on Friday the 10th of Feb, and tickets are on sale, just to put it out there. And it's actually introducing, see, Jetty's very interested in lunch. Jet. You're a funny boy. But we're introducing the fact that we're actually going to do men's events next year.
Wonderful.
So we're having 2 female speakers, 2 male speakers at the lunch,
Yes.
and then we've got 2 events next year where we'll just be interviewing men.
Okay.
So I want to inspire everybody. Yes, we're starting, Canberra Wise Women has started with women, but we'll move into doing some projects around men as well. So it's called Canberra Wise Women Men of Wisdom.
Oh, lovely. That sounds great. So some of the key projects there for Lisa coming up in 2017. It's so lovely to speak to you, Lisa. Really inspiring story and an inspiring lady. If you haven't been to one of her Canberra Wise Women events, please do so. And we're going to take a sneaky peek shortly into her actual wardrobe. So watch this space. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.